Alright, 3, 2, 1, we're live. Alright, welcome back, PHSN TV, to another podcast. I'm with Joe. How's it going, Joe?
Oh, it's going pretty good, Quinn. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How's your junior year treating you?
You know, I gotta admit, this has probably been like the hardest year of school I've had, ever.
Why is that?
Let's see, I'm taking 10 classes right now.
Holy smokes, 10?
10 classes.
But there's only 7 in your schedule. How does that work?
I'm dual enrolled in a couple classes.
Oh, okay.
And I have early bird as well. And then I'm taking AP and some college classes, and it's a mess, but I mean, still got my 4.0.
You're going to get through it. Oh, that's really, hey, congratulations. That's big.
Yeah.
You guys must not have any of those left in your class, huh?
I mean, I think at the end of last year there was 13
Okay.
or 16, something like that. But yeah, it's probably dwindling now.
Yeah. I know for a fact my junior year is probably the hardest academically.
Yeah.
Senior year, you're just preparing to leave, but junior year, you're really honing in on all those academics, huh?
Yeah.
Now, you just came off speech and debate. Can you tell me a little about your season?
Yeah, so it was kind of a different season. You know, we had some new coaches. Mr. Burke became an official coach. He was our assistant coach. That was pretty cool. And Mr. Umphrey actually joined our coaching staff, which is really interesting. He worked with the debaters, so it was fun working with them. And I don't know, what do you want me to tell you about?
So, just walk me through, like, the lead up to state. How about that?
All right.
Let's start there.
So, Hallie and I started our season off doing public forum.
Hallie Taylor?
Hallie Tyler, yeah.
All right.
We were just going through our meets. We were placing pretty well. We got third and fourth a couple times, so that was pretty solid. And then I actually got a pretty good story about divisionals.
Let's hear it. I'm game.
All right, so divisionals was at Whitefish this year.
Okay.
And we had to load the bus at about 5:30, something like that. So we were leaving pretty early. And I got in the bus, and Mr. D asked, "Where's your partner?" I'm like, I don't know.
You just couldn't find her.
I just didn't know. And she woke up at about 6 o'clock, and she Snapchats me, and she's like, "Did I miss the bus?"
Wait, and you're on the bus at this time?
And I'm on the bus. We're cruising right now.
Oh, man.
And she's just chilling in bed. She
She's
just
in
woke
bed,
up.
Just snapped you, hey, did I miss the bus?
Yeah, and I'm like,
oh, and that's your partner.
That's
You
my
depend on
partner.
her, right?
Yeah, no, and without her, we can't compete. And the
Oh.
sad part is, there were 7 teams, 7 public forum teams,
Okay.
and 8 go to state. So the only thing she needed to do was show up, but she didn't. So
It's an automatic.
yeah, our season was over. Everything was
Oh,
done.
man. That's not a good season to come off of.
No, but
Makes a good story.
the story's not over.
Oh, continue.
Right, so we get to the school, and we're making jokes about how Hallie didn't show up, and
You're at Whitefish, correct?
yeah,
All right.
and someone said, "Hey, why don't you have Cameron, our like assistant to the coaches, Cameron Ball? Why don't you have him fill in for Hallie and just say his name's Hallie?" And I was like, "Wait a second,
No way.
that's a pretty good idea actually." So I run it by Mr. D. I'm like, "Hey, Mr. D, what do you think about doing this?" And he's like, "Are you kidding me? We're not pulling any of that tomfoolery." And I'm just like, "Oh, wow. My season's over. I'm just all sad and depressed." But like,
What can a guy do?
what can you do?
Yeah,
honestly?
you're up there, partnerless.
Yeah. So then Mr. D comes back to me after being in like the judge's room or whatever after about like 20 minutes, and he's like, "Where's Cameron?" I'm like, "Why?" "Because he's gonna be Hallie today."
No way.
And I'm like,
What?
So we go and find Cameron, and we rush to our first round. And keep in mind, Cameron has never done a speech and debate event in his life.
Right.
Ever.
Just spectate, right?
Yeah, he's watched, he's, assisted the coaches, but he's never actually participated in any event.
Especially as Hallie.
Yeah, especially as Hallie. So we get to our first round, and I'm just like, "Cameron, all you gotta do is read this thing." I like wrote him something. He's like, "What's all you gotta do?" And we went into it expecting, we weren't gonna win anything.
Right.
Because
it's kind of a Hail Mary.
yeah, we didn't need to though.
Okay.
We just needed to like participate so we could go to state.
Right.
Thing is though, our third of like 5 rounds, we actually won. I didn't have my partner. This was the first time Cameron was ever debating, and we actually won a round.
No way.
Yeah,
Really?
It was kind of incredible. We ended up taking 8th at the meet.
And I'm sure Cameron was just beside himself. I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't even know he was participating until probably all but before.
Yeah, I know, about like 10 minutes before the round started. He's just like, "What?"
So I'm sure Hallie's reaction, telling her that story.
Oh yeah, no, she was kind of stoked because she felt really bad that, like, you know, it was kind of like her fault.
Right.
The season was over. Like, hey,
Oh, man.
guess what, Hallie, we're going to state.
What?
So
It's just mind-blowing. Huh?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And so then continuing through that, and you made it to state. How'd you do there?
Let's see, we got
You had Hallie back. Right?
yeah, at Hallie.
All right.
So
All right.
we ended up taking 6th at state. So I mean,
Oh, well, that's good.
not
Yeah.
too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah. And what are you looking forward to next year?
Next year, that's a good question. I really don't know what I'm going to do
Yeah.
next year
Okay.
because Mr. D, the head coach, he's actually
Mhm.
retired as the head
Oh,
coach of
interesting.
speech and debate. So I think it's going to be Mr. Burke as head coach.
Mhm.
So that'll be an interesting change. And then I also don't know if I'm going to stick with the same event because I've done public forum debate
Right.
for 2 years now, and I've actually been thinking about switching to speech, believe it or not. But
Now, what's in speech?
so there are, I don't know how many events, but there's a good amount of events. There's things like dramatic oral interpretation. You just read something really sad and dramatic.
Okay.
Or
it's
things,
more about expression.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah,
It'd be fun to test the waters.
Yeah, for sure. My senior year, you know, I just got to try everything.
Right. Absolutely. Experience all you can. And do you plan to carry this into college or wherever you tend to go?
I would like to if
Right.
there's like an intramural
Opportunity.
league like IBA or something, but I don't think I'm good enough to like actually participate in
Right.
like the big leagues for speech and debate.
Right.
But it's just
Okay.
really fun though.
Huh. Yeah. Now you're also in the Midnight Summer's Dream Play, right?
That's true.
What role are you playing?
I'm actually bottom the Weaver.
Bottom the Weaver. Is this like a big role or is it a smaller role or?
It's kind of it's on the side of bigger,
Mhm.
and this is my first play
Okay.
ever,
Wow.
and it's a pretty sizable part. And then on top of that, it's also, you know, a Shakespeare play, so you have all your like
Completely different.
these and thuses and methinks and all these funny Shakespearean words, which for the first play I'm doing is really hard.
Right. Props to you for that. So, how would you get into character for a Shakespeare play? Are you reading a bunch of it? Are you trying to? How do you get into character?
Basically, you know, our first week of practice, we just read through the entire thing
Mhm.
as a cast.
Okay.
And basically that just allowed us to like figure out the expression behind everything. So after reading through it a couple times, I really started to understand like what the characters are saying, because I'm sure you've read Shakespeare, I'm sure everyone has.
Right. Absolutely.
And it's just impossible to
It's a
understand
whole different
sometimes.
language,
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, Miss McConnell always says that thing when you're like listening to like Shakespeare, those plays. You gotta like let your ear like tune into
Just,
it. Yeah.
Right.
So
And that's fascinating in a sense.
yeah, no, it really is, because it's English, but at the same time,
Right.
it's like a completely different language.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fascinating. When can I watch this play? Where's it going to be and what time?
So opening night is March 1st, which is next Friday,
Okay.
and we have another show the next day on March 2nd. Curtain should be at 7 o'clock, hopefully, and it's just right here in the PHS auditorium.
And do you have to buy tickets?
Yeah, I think, let's see, tickets are $4,
$4. That's not bad at all. It's a
or
steal.
20 for 5,
Okay.
and I know that makes no sense.
$20 for 5 tickets?
Yeah.
All right. All right. That's all right. Yeah, I'm going to go watch that, and I wish the best of luck to you.
Well, thank you.
Well, thanks for coming on, Joe, and this was a great discussion.
All right, thank you, Quinn.
Take care.
Yeah, you too.